What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ghetto Plays, and matter of fact, I know what y'all thinking. You haven't heard from me in a little while. I've been on a hiatus. I mean, this year wasn't a good year for 2K. A lot of things wrong. A lot of things wrong in the game, but we not even gonna get into that. That'll be another video, man. I'm back, and in NBA 2K22, I'll definitely be back, man. And I definitely won't be on the Switch no more. But that's another video as well. In this video, we getting into some of the things Mike WANG has mentioned as he's finally dropping news for the community. He mentioned improvements on defense, on the movement, and how players feel on the court while playing, defense. And I say this, next gen was horribly made when it came to defense. I was sliding all over the court. I did not like that game at all because of the lack of defense in the game. I'll just throw that out there. But before I dive more into it, why don't you hear it from the horse's mouth himself, Mr. Mike WANG?
It's going to be a hard one to pinpoint. I'm going to say two things. But number one, because this was one of our biggest pillars for gameplay this year, it's going to be defense. And I think that's going to be just perimeter defense, body ups on the floor, movement, and how the players feel just in on-ball defensive stances and on-ball defensive situations. But at the rim, especially, and contesting shots, all that stuff was reworked. We have an all-new block system. It just feels much more rewarding on the defensive end of the floor, just making plays and getting stops. So I think that's going to be the most exciting thing for our community because it's just a much more balanced game and a much more fun game to play. And the second,
he also spoke about things like dribbling. He actually said it's one of his favorite things in the game. They did a rework on dribbling. He compared it, I think, in a tweet to NBA 2K20 dribbling mechanics. But he also said they have new moves and new animations and wrote a clip.
And the second thing I'm going to say is because this is one of my personal favorites is going to be dribbling. I think that just all the stuff we've added there with the new combos and the new signature moves, this is going to be a lot of fun. So if you're a dribble guy, a dribble head, you're going to have a lot to work with this year.
And after that, he started talking about seasons and how they would be delivering new content every season throughout the year to keep players wanting to play throughout the year, as well as the seasons will be having moves and animations that come out for that season or whatnot. Some you'll be able to keep, some will just be featured to that season. He said something like that in a tweet, not in this clip I'm about to show you, but in a tweet. We'll get into that next video. Roll the clip.
Can you tell us a little bit more about seasons?
Yeah, so seasons is going to be, we've had it in the past with my team. And the goal that Eric Benish wanted this year was to really extend the seasons across the entire game. So I'll speak to gameplay because that's my area. What we're doing with seasons is we're going to try and release content throughout the entire year. On day one, we've usually just thrown all the animations at you, all the signature moves and shots and everything. But we're going to try and roll that out across the year just to kind of change the meta up a little bit, give people something to look forward to. And it's really going to, I think, just prolong the life of the game and make people just excited to try new things as the year goes on.
Mike,
He also went on to talk about how they don't want no more OP builds and how they're trying to make the builds as balanced as possible. But us as a community, we always going to find the OP builds within the first day or two that the game is released. But that's neither here nor there. He said a few things that was interesting to me. It's sounding like small guards are going to be the meta this year. He said something about being under 6 feet. You get like a massive boost, a higher ball handling rating, a higher 3-point rating if you're under 6 feet. So I'm not really sure how that's gonna work, but let him tell it. Roll the clip.
a lot of players love making the dominant archetypes of NBA 2K and NBA 2K21. It seemed like it was the power forward. So Mike, what do you think the dominant archetype will be for NBA 2K22?
That's a good question because that's something that we're always trying to balance and tune because we don't really want there to be one dominant archetype, right? So the power forward thing is fixed and it's much more spread out in terms of the badges you get per position and heights and archetypes. But one thing we've really focused on was trying to make all the different heights and positions have unique strengths and abilities. So one thing that I think might actually be interesting is we might have a lot of smaller players this year. If you are 6 foot or under, you get a massive speed boost. You have access to higher ball handling ratings as well as like 3-point ratings. So a lot of people might gravitate toward that direction this year. Having said that, in our online tests here internally, we've got a guy who plays as like a 7-foot center every single time, and he is so dominant in our games. So, you know, I think it's a good mix because I think you're going to have people who want to be kind of that in the middle road, small forward, power forward, and still kind of do it all. But you might see some players gravitate toward like point guards, small point guards even, and then like big centers. And hopefully we have the whole gambit covered, and it's a much more balanced experience overall.
Well, there you go, guys. He gave us a little more information, but I just don't want to go and make this video too long. You could go check out the video on NBA 2K TV. You can see the whole interview and all the information that he gave us. Let me know in the comments if you like any of the things that he mentioned in this video. And also tell me in the comments what console you'll be on 2K22 for. I will be on Xbox. Can't wait to see you guys, man. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications. It's your boy Ghetto Plays, and I'm out of here. Peace.